Can you lovely people hear me now? I hope that my mic is working now. I don't know why it hates me and decided not to work. Well, I don't blame it actually, but... Can you hear me? I assume you can hear me now, guys. If you can, we can start getting into the game. I assume you can hear me now, guys. Right, let's crack on. I thought we would start with Farming Simulator, and then if we have time and if we feel like it, we can always move on to something like Prison Architect or Project Hospital, whatever really. I'm not too fussed either way. I'm just happy to be with you lovely people. Right. I hope your days are going okay. So let's crack on. So what I'm going to do is let's move on to this screen, and I'll just turn on the game capture to Farming Sim. There we go, lovely. I'm currently paused obviously, but right. Oh dear. Right, sorry guys, 2 seconds. I'm being an absolute idiot at the minute. I completely forgot to plug in my steering wheel because I am what they call in the trade an idiot. So give me 2 seconds and I'll plug it in very quickly and then we will be back. Because if I try and use the keyboard, I'll probably lose my mind. Right, 2 seconds and the steering wheel will be in. Right, let's try that again, shall we? I've actually plugged in the steering wheel this time, which normally helps. Right, let's do it. Right, let's change the game. I haven't streamed in it's been like 4 months, I think. 3 or 4 months since I've last streamed. It's been ages. Life's been a bit crazy, guys, I'm afraid, else I would have been streaming. But I thought we'd do some Farming Simulator tonight, chill out a bit, and then if we want to carry on streaming, then what we can do is we can think of some games to stream. I know the Prison Architect series went down quite well, and I did end it quite abruptly. But it wasn't really fitting the kind of like episodic structure very well. So I think streaming Prison Architect will make much more sense, and I'd like to do that at some point. So basically, I spent a little bit of time yesterday evening setting up a farm here in Greenwich Valley. So if I show you on the map, so basically you start with this bit, I believe you start with that, and then what I've done is basically sold that and bought one field. So I mean, we technically don't actually own this farm, but you know, let's just pretend that's not a thing. So this is it basically, and I've just been buying a few vehicles here and there. So that's our little house, our cute little Suzuki there, look how cute's that. And then we've got like a truck, and I've just been and bought some seed and some fertilizer, I believe that is. And then if I can walk, well, I'll run. Then I've got a John Deere over here. That's mod. That's mod. Can I even English? That's a mod. And then I've got a bale trailer, a Marshall modded bale trailer there on the back. And what I've done is I basically ploughed up this field. So this was actually grassland, and then I've basically ploughed it all up. Look at my lovely patterns. Look on my ploughing. So I've been ploughing this up. So it's like one big field now, because this was a grass field. And I wanted something small, and you'll see why I wanted something small, because of the machinery I've got. So let's go and have a look. Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, guys. Just let me know. And then I've got a Deutz over here with a cedar on the back. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. And then if you've watched any of my other farming simulator stuff, I've used this tractor nearly every single thing I've done, which is farming simulator related. So this is the Ursus, and I've probably butchered that pronunciation. And then on the back we've got, I mean, any of you guys, I think it's, oh god, I'm going to make people hate me now. I think it's a Polish sprayer. I think. Feel free to rinse me if I've got that completely wrong. And then I've also got this harrow. I believe it's a harrow. Is it a harrow? Yeah, because I was looking for a cultivator, and then this was kind of the best thing, this harrow here. And then over here, we've got the classic class combine there with the header on the back, on the trailer. And then in here I have a telehandler and a plough. English, a baler. So that's it. So we basically start off with like the very basics. Oh my god, look at that wheel. That is, wow. The very basics here. And then we'll kind of just work our way up on a few live streams, see what we can do. So today what we do need to do is, because this is now ploughed, we need to cultivate and then seed. So that's why I thought this would be a pretty cool chilled out stream, just to go ahead and sort all of that out. I'm just going to pause for a sec. I will be 2 seconds. I forgot to tweet out that I was going live. There we go, that's that done. So I am back in the room. Right, so what I think we should do is if I jump into telehandler, and then we'll get these pallets off of the back of the truck, and then we'll get those all stored. Can I take that off without getting into the truck? I don't know. Oh, I just picked up. I've got the strongman mod, so I think I just picked up the truck. So let's go in here, and there's a button I can use to get rid of all of them, I think, isn't there? Fasten, unfasten. There we go, there we go. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's jump in a telehandler. I've got myself a new steering wheel, because the other one, I don't know, well, I mean, you might not have ever watched my old farming sim videos, and I don't blame you. But my one was so clunky, so I spent a bit of money on the steering wheel that's made specifically for farming sim, and it's pretty cool, you know. Right, so let's grab... Right, I'm going to have to go outside of the cab, else I'm just going to pick up something which I don't want to pick up. Right, where am I? That, oh no. I have got my glasses on, That looks pretty good to me, and then... So we're meant to be like that, there you go. I mean, I like to make it as difficult as possible for myself, guys. You know that, So that should be better there. There we go. Right, I'm just going to bring this off of the truck. So let's spin round, and I'll drop it I mean, inside's going to be better, isn't it, with the pallet stuff? I think it's going to be better than leaving it outside. So let's go in, and we'll go into this shed here. So this is Greenwich Valley. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not. This is Greenwich Valley. Probably my favourite ever map for Farming Sim. You can download it off on the Mod Hub. It's just... why? Ah, there we go, look. I need to lower it, and then I can just drop that off there. There we go. Right, and then the fertiliser I will leave on the back of the truck, I think. So let's park that up. That'll do, donkey. And then, what horsepower does the harrow need? So the harrow is that one, or cultivator, whatever you'd like to call it. Needs 150. Have I... oh, so it needs the John Deere, doesn't it? Okie doke. Well, that's not a problem. So let's go over here. I have got manual attach. So let's... no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's take that off of the back. There we go. Lovely. And we'll jump in. And then if we swing round here, we'll pick up the cultivator, back that up into the shed. So I need... that's the cultivator there. So let's do that. We'll back up, get this attached. This again, I think this is probably, I think that's close enough. This is probably my favourite modded tractor, I reckon. Have I gone the wrong way round? I've got the strongman mod, so let's flip it around. I wonder if it needs to be this way round, because the electrical wires, yeah, that's better. These kind of machines, like, I never know what way round they go. I know it's a really stupid thing to say. And then PTO. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, attach, and then Z for PTO. So it must just have the electrical lines, okie doke. Right, so let's lift that bad boy up. And then what we'll do is I'll slowly spin and then go back into the shed. I'll try and miss crashing into the shed there. Right, so let's, hopefully this should fit fairly easily. It's a bit of a tight yard. It's not the easiest yard to manoeuvre around in the world. If worst comes to the worst, I can jump into the telehandler and I can just bring it out. But there you go, I think that's it. I just don't know if it'll actually... it's quite a wide... what am I doing? It's not a cedar. Oh my god, you can tell I've had a long day. You can tell I've had a long day. What an absolute buffoon. Right, wow, let's pretend that never happened. And then we're going to need to cultivate... oh, I just crashed into something. The world's best farming simulator streamer in the world, of course. So what we'll do is we do a couple of headlands, and then we can start going up and down the field. So I just need to lower, I would say. Let's just check that's all working. Yeah, that's the right texture. Lovely. Right, well, that was interesting. Always an interesting start. It's weird how streaming... I have to have a sip of tea. 2 secs. How streaming is so different to recording videos. I'm not going to go too close to the hedge there. Because, like, when you're recording a video, you kind of have your allotted time. You know, like, if it's, I don't know, whatever, you like a lunch hour, or if you're, you know, recording in the evening, where you just know what you have to do. You know, like today, in this hour, I've got to record one video. Boom. That's what I like about the videos. But conversely, it's what I like about the streaming, is that, you know, you can kind of just do what you want. And you haven't got to have such a precise, not script to follow, but more, you haven't got to worry too much about what you're going to do. And you can make up a little bit more on the spot when you're streaming. In a video, you'd have to do lots of editing to kind of get rid of those points. But anyway, I'm waffling about something that doesn't need to be waffled about. Anyway, I hope you guys are good. I hope you're doing well. The world's in a strange place at the minute. What's happened to the world? What is going on? but I hope you are all okay. I did literally just get a notification saying that Boris Johnson here in the UK, our Prime Minister, is expecting a second wave of infections. Well, I don't know about you, but I think I could have told Boris that. So that's, you know, politicians. But I hope wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing okay during these interesting times. I think it's, you know, like more important now than ever that we kind of try and be nice to each other without going into a deep speech. So yeah, anyway, I'm really happy to be back streaming. I really enjoy streaming. I panic before. Again, it's really odd because like recording a video, I'm just like, right, you know, need to do a video, let's get into it, have some fun, and you know, get it all done. But for some reason, I find the preparation for streaming stressful. Don't know why. Don't know why at all, but I find it stressful. But we got there, guys, we got there, you know. It's something that becomes a habit as well. So, you know, you can tell I haven't done this for 4 months. But, you know, as soon as we get back into the swing of it, we'll be all golden again. So there's no video out tonight because we're streaming. But there's a video that, well, the video that was going to come out tonight, because this is a bit of a surprise stream. The video that was meant to come out tonight is now going to come out on Monday, and it's a Project Hospital review. And it's one I've spent a little bit more time. Now this is probably going to sound very cringy. It's one I spent a bit more time trying to be a bit more myself, a bit more laid back, a bit more taking the piss out of myself, if that makes sense. You'll see, you'll see, you'll see. I've put some funny memes at the start. I just tried to make it a bit more fun. It's a pretty cool hospital. I reviewed the what's it called? Plainsborough Princeton Trust. It's basically the hospital from House, the TV show, which I've never watched actually. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty light-hearted, just a bit of fun. So I hope you enjoy it anyway. But yeah, that's going to be coming out now on Monday at 7 o'clock GMT +1. So I hope you enjoy it. Right, that's 2 headlands actually, isn't it? Right, so if we just finish that there, then what I'd like, I might just do one more headland along this straight here down the bottom, just to make sure we've got enough room to spin around. There we go. But yeah, so I'm the kind of person, I'm very phasey with games, and I'm just going to overlap here just so I go in a straight line. I'm very, very phasey, guys. I mean, you probably know that. If you follow, if you are a follower of the channel, you probably know that. But yeah, it's I'm so phasey with games that I can only really play something if I'm really in the mood to play it. It's really bizarre, and it's never. I'm always in the mood to play something, but that something is always different. If that makes sense, it's a bit bizarre. I know that. But either way, I hope you enjoy the spontaneity of today's stream. You know, we've kind of gone, do you know what? Let's go for some farming simulator. It's such a chilled out game as well. I don't know if any of you guys play it. It's so chilled out. It's just one of those games that I just love to just, if you've had a long day or a crappy day, it's such a good game just to like not think about. I mean, clearly when I don't think about it, I tend to forget to plug in my steering wheel and forget to do the other 20 different things to stream it. But if you're not streaming it, well, and even if you are streaming it, it is I find it a very relaxing game. And yeah, I hope that you also enjoy it. I know I think there's a new DLC coming out for the game. Is it Alpine Farming? I'm sure it's called Alpine Farming. So that's coming out. Oh, I don't know. I know that Daggerwin is posting a few like fact sheets and stuff that he does, kind of having a look at the new features. And I'm sure we have some Project Hospital fans on the stream, and the developers over at Oxymoron Games released some new screenshots of what we can only assume is a new DLC coming out for Project Hospital. Mr. Tudor, how are you doing? Thank you for joining, Tudor. How are you doing? How's life in, I'm going to get this right, Romania? I'm sure it's Romania. How are you doing, Tudor? You okay? I hope it's all okay in Romania. I hope that lockdown's okay. Are you still in lockdown in Romania, Tudor? Or have they kind of relaxed it a little bit? I'm glad you're okay, buddy. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this bit up the top, because what I've done with the plough is I kind of went over there into the corner to make the field bigger, because I just want to waste the space. So I'll just do this weird bit, and then we've got a smaller bit there to our left hand side where we can just go up and down, and happy days then. So this is going out on YouTube and Twitch, so I tend to stream to the both of them just so it captures everyone. I thought that was the best idea. It's actually a bit harder because you have to set up a few things, but if you are on Twitch and you haven't subscribed on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube and you haven't followed me on Twitch, please consider it. It'd be much appreciated. So Tudor's no longer in quarantine. Okay, yeah, that's good. But Tudor, even though you're no longer in quarantine, does it look like the cases are going up again? Because that's the problem obviously we're having here in the UK, is they kind of, that they relaxed everything. We all went out and, ate out in restaurants again and all of that kind of jazz. And then obviously now the cases are spiking again, which, I mean, it's fairly inevitable in my opinion. I would be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. Right, now we should just have one or two more stretches here. This is going a lot faster than what I thought it was going to go, actually, because this looked like quite a big field, but this cultivate is fairly large. There are more and more cases. Yeah, I think that's the problem, isn't it? Is that, wherever you are in the world, you can't, you just can't stop people having so little contact that the transmission rate is going to be anywhere near zero. I can't see how it's ever, for a virus to be this easily transmitted between people, it is quite scary, if I'm honest. We've seen the virus in the past, like swine flu, avian flu, foot and mouth. We've seen these kind of things before, but it always seems like they're just news stories, if that makes sense. They always seem like, oh yeah, like this is happening, somewhere else in the world. We haven't got to worry about it. And this, the coronavirus has just been the complete opposite, Today there were 1,570 cases. I assume that's in Romania, Tudor. That is crazy. It's just increasing every day again, isn't it? I mean, the thing that we really have to hope doesn't happen is, it doesn't start mutating. Because if that happens, then, do you know what? I'm going to stop being so depressing. I'm going to stop being depressing here. It's going to be fine, guys. It's going to be fine. We're just going to sort it all out. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I thought I'd start off with some farming sim on the first stream back for a while. Feel free to pop in chat with any games you'd like to see me play. I have quite a lot of games. I do have quite a lot, especially if it is a simulation game. I probably have most of the popular simulation games. And obviously the one that we kind of feature the most on YouTube is Project Hospital, which is a game that not many people really know of. I mean, I know it's getting a bigger following kind of, by the week at the minute, which is so good because it's such a good game. I'm sure that if any of you are around a similar age to myself, you remember playing games like Theme Hospital. I mean, that was a cracker. That was an absolute banger of a game, Theme Hospital. Oh, that's a great point, Tudor. I'm so glad you've mentioned that, right? So, it's me, so I'm going to waffle. So I have Microsoft Flight Simulator X, and the old one. I think it came out in around the 2000s, maybe 2005, something like that. So I have the old Microsoft Flight Simulator. Obviously they've brought out the new one. It's fairly expensive. It's not cheap. I think it's like about, you know, 50, 60 pounds on Steam, but I really want it. I really want it. It looks so good. Like on the old one, 2006, thanks Tudor. So on the old game, like you basically knew if you were in London because there'd be the 2D buildings beneath you. You know, and that's the only way you knew if you were in London or any kind of city around the world, right? This new one is the detail is unbelievable. Like actually unbelievable. I'm just going to get that little bit there that I've missed. So Tudor, to answer your question, I'd absolutely love to. I would like to wait for a sale. Yeah, it is still quite expensive, especially for a game that I think I will play, but I can't see myself playing it, you know, like every day, if that makes sense, you know. So I think I'll wait a little bit longer, see if it comes on sale, and honestly, if it comes on sale, I'm getting it. Like it's just simple. And then yeah, absolutely we can be, because that's another game that I think suits itself much better to streaming rather than episodes on YouTube. You know, I think it fits better to streaming because some of the flights take a while. I love that, Tudor. Just bought it anyway. That's the attitude I need to have, buddy. That's the attitude I need to have. So yeah, I do need to think about it a bit more. Do you know, it gets to the point where I'm like, do you know what? Even if something's really expensive, if I'm going to get the enjoyment out of it, then it's kind of like a no-brainer, right? So I'll have a bit more of a think, but I think that's a great suggestion, though, Tudor. It's a great suggestion because it would fit so well into the channel here, you know, here on Twitch and YouTube for streaming. It'd be such a cool game to stream. And then I think we are. Oh no, Tudor, you don't like to play it? Is it one of those games? Because I have a few of those games where I don't like playing it, but I really like watching people play it. It's very bizarre. Because I have a few games like that. Yeah, I see that, Tudor. See, I know, mate. I know. Mine's getting better with The Sims 4. I mean, you'll see that I did release a Sims 4 episode the other day. And I'm slowly getting back into Sims 4 because I basically, so I played lots of Sims 2. Like that was my game. Like when I was like a teenager, my game was The Sims 2, and I really enjoyed watching people. Sorry. I really enjoyed watching people play The Sims 4, with my favourites being James Turner, Plumbella, Lil Simsy, and I love their videos so much. But I find with The Sims 4 it lacks the what's the word? It lacks the just like the pure imagination of The Sims 2. I can't really explain it. I don't know if it's just nostalgia, because you know, because I get so much nostalgia from playing The Sims 2, and I just don't get that from The Sims 4. But you know what? Honestly, I'm so excited for this new series of The Sims 4 because I've been playing it in a few evenings. You know, just like making a few Sims, doing a bit of building, and do you know what? I'm really enjoying it. It all depends as well what expansion packs you have. So I Tiny Living and Get Famous, and it changed the game for me. I really enjoyed trying to make someone who was kind of, you know, like just real standard, has the default amount of money in the game to buy it, to build a house. Then I'd kind of take all of that money away after I've built them the house, and then, you know, just trying to become someone in like the celebrity track. It's just so much fun, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's kind of like a if you do watch any of the other Sims streamers, they call it like a rags to riches, and it's kind of like that, but not, you know, they start out with £0 or simoleons. So I'm really excited for that, but I know exactly what you mean, Tudor. I have a few games like that. FIFA is another one for me. You know, I love football, I love FIFA, I love playing FIFA with friends. I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing that kind of makes it different, is trying to find time where all of your friends can kind of get on the same FIFA game is really hard. So, kind of like watching people play FIFA in their friendship groups, it's just, it's so much fun. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Jude. I know exactly what you mean there, my friend. So this is going, do you know what, a lot more smoother than what I thought it was going to go, this cultivating. We are then going to have to plant something in here after. I'm not sure what that's going to be, actually, if I'm completely honest with you. And we have got the seasons mod. So if any of you aren't familiar with Farming Sim, on the top, I mean, if I just move my mouse, because it's just white, but can you see there, look, that up the top it says, this is the first day of early spring. So we're starting off in early spring, and what that means is like the game follows the seasons because of this mod. So we basically have to, like cultivate, plant our crops in the spring, going into the summer, and then you do most of your harvesting, then late summer into autumn, and it's really cool. It just, for me, it makes the realism so much more obvious. Let's just go straight, and I'll just get this little awkward triangle. Oh, awesome, Tudor. What were you missing? Was it the Sunset Harbour you were missing for City Skylines? That's another game that I don't think I prefer watching people play it, but it's a game that I get very phasey with. Like, we started building the UK city, Alverton, and I've been popping back in and doing a few bits here and there. But again, that is going to be a series which is coming back to the YouTube channel very shortly. They just take a lot of time to make because they are time lapses of building the UK city. So they just take a bit of time to make. Like, every episode is about, all in all, probably 2 hours worth of recording. So just take a bit of time to make, but that will be back on the channel very shortly. You've played the game for 350 hours. Yeah, it's one of those though. It's one of those, like, when it's your game, and when City Skylines is the game you're interested in at that moment in time, good luck getting off it. It's nearly impossible to get off that game. How am I doing? Am I being really bad at this cultivating, or are we doing okay? Oh, it's not going to tell me, is it? I don't. Oh yeah, it does. There's a few spots, but it's not bad, guys. It's not bad. But yeah, if that's your game, it's so hard to get off it, like, it's ridiculously. But then it's the kind of thing where, like, I will then just not play it for like a month or something, and then when I get back into it again, then that's it. Then I'm just completely obsessed with it. So I'm really excited to do the UK city as well. It's something that I find difficult because I actually have to be creative, which I find fairly tricky. I have much more of like a scientific brain. I really wish I was so much more creative, but I do find it difficult. You've played it 350 hours in 1 year. That is a lot. What do you think of Sunset Harbour, though, Tudor? I don't know. I think it depends what kind of city you like to make. If you're someone like, I don't know if you know of these YouTubers, and if you don't, please do go and check them out. Prez, $2.20. They make unbelievable cities. So Prez is actually currently making a not to scale, but like a realistic European city set in the Netherlands, I believe. And oh my lord, like, it's just their talent is unbelievable. So if you play that kind of way, like trying to make a city that looks realistic, I think the DLCs are kind of irrelevant, and I think you rely more on the modders to do the things that you need to put in the game. But if you're someone, oh Tudor, they're absolutely ridiculously good. If you're someone I think I'm actually turning into one of these. Well, I mean, they're so much better than I am, but I think I do prefer that way of playing. Like, oh, Paul, hey, Paul, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing okay, man. $2.20. Honestly, them both, like $2.20 in Prez, their cities are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I watched their videos and their streams. I just cry. I mean, not literally, but like I just want to cry after, because their talent and their ability to make these cities look that realistic is ridiculous. And I know that I think it was Perez, it could have been $2.20, posted on the City Skylines subreddit, or he posted somewhere on Reddit, and someone, and you would actually believe it was like a real city skyline that they had taken a screenshot of, or like they'd actually had, like, they just photographed a city skyline. They have no idea it was a video game. Like that's how good they are. It is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm enjoying the UK series. I'm not trying to be anything like them, because it would be a waste of time, because they are ridiculously good. But I am enjoying the UK series. It's the kind of thing where I just need the motivation to spend a couple of hours in a creative mood, and then I can, go into it. I'll record some building, and I really enjoy it. And I think we made something that's okay. It's not great, anything like their cities, but it's okay, and I'm pretty happy with it actually. I did actually try it. About a year ago, I would say. About a year ago, and with more of the base game stuff, and it just doesn't work. To build anything that looks even like semi-realistic, you need mods. It's like any game really. The developers normally give you that base game, which is awesome, of course, in its own right, and then some people's talent, guys, as modders, it's just ridiculous, and we see it in Project Hospital, we see it in this game, Farming Simulator, we see it in City Skylines. Planet Zoo, Mr. Paul Slay, who's watching, has created his own awesome mods for Planet Zoo. I absolutely loved, Paul, your new series with the new Australia DLC. Absolutely amazing series. So go and check out Paul's YouTube channel for everything Planet Zoo, because it's so good. And I really liked actually, Paul, I really loved your Australia Zoo, because I really liked the way that you've done the small scale, like the small scale zoo. It was really, really cool. Tudor, try to build Bucharest as a realistic scale. Oh, I bet it's really hard, dude. 2 million people, yeah. See, that's another thing. Like, I completely agree with you, Tudor. Like, to try and make a city look realistic, you have to at least try and put, like enough buildings and architecture and, just kind of buildings everywhere to make it look, kind of realistic. So that's another thing, and that's something that I know there's a guy, I can't remember who he was called. The City Skylines YouTube channel actually called him out and made a couple of videos with him. And he built a go away, Farming Sim. He actually built a realistic 1-to-1 scale city of Berlin, and it is awesome. It's so cool. Like, it's actually amazing. So yeah, that's really hard to make something to scale. It's so difficult. Right, so that's the cultivation done. That's one job done, guys. We're smashing it. So this here, it's the same width, so the seed is the same width, that's good. So it's going to take the same amount of time to do our planting, seeding, whatever you'd like to call it, that's great. So we need 70 horsepower for the seeder. Now we've got the Ursus, which is 97 horsepower, and our Deutz is 88. I don't know if the Deutz will pull it when it's full of seed. Let's try it. Tudor, why did you have to say that, Tudor? What do you think about Brexit? I'm joking, by the way. It's absolutely fine. You can ask any questions you want. I actually encourage questions because that's what makes the stream a bit more interesting, isn't it? Tudor, it makes me so upset, right? It makes me so upset that so many people voted for something, and like I can't even be angry. So let's just get this off. Let's just get this away, right? I voted to remain. And I can't believe, like, I'm speechless. As you can probably tell, I'm speechless that our government, like, just did not educate people on what it would mean. Like, if you have loads of information and you vote leave, awesome, go for it. Like, I forgot to put the seed in again. If you voted to leave and you have your reasons, great, absolutely fantastic. Like, I've got no problem with people voting to leave. But what I'm just like astounded by is that the government thought that they could just do that referendum with no kind of, this is what it means. This is what they should have done is they should have said, right, this is what it means if you vote leave. This is what it means if you vote to remain. And then it's just, people's judgment, it's people's opinion on then how they want to vote, right? If they think that we need to leave the European Union, and if they think that that's going to benefit the country, awesome, vote leave. I've not got a problem with that. But I don't know. I don't think you can trust many governments anyway, but I don't know. As you can probably tell, Tudor, I'm a bit speechless. I'm not one of those people that hates on anyone for voting differently to how I voted, because that's not democracy. Like, you can have your opinions, but obviously people's opinions are going to differ. But I don't know. I just think it's a bit sad, really. I really do. And how like Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage acted, I don't think was very good. Yeah, that's one option, Tudor. People have said let's just do another referendum. I can see both sides. To me, I'd love it because it means that there would be a chance that we could remain, which is how I think the country will be better. But if I did vote to leave, then I can completely see why you would just think that's the worst idea in the world. So I honestly, I don't know, but I just can't believe the government thought it was a good idea to do it in the first place, really. Is this barley? No, that's canola, I think. Why didn't they just put the names of the crop? Why would you do this to me? Some are obvious and some aren't obvious. Yeah, if I go round again, Tudor, I would not change my vote. Oats. We're going to do oats. There we go. That's decided. Right, let's lower. You are lowered, aren't you? Yeah. So lower, and we just need to turn it on. Again, we'll just do a couple of headlands. Yeah, that's my opinion. I would love it if we voted to remain, but we didn't, and I'm not going to be one of those people that cries about it, to be honest. But I agree with you. I stick to my choice. It's another thing that the thing that makes me the most upset about Brexit is how it divides families, friends. It's crazy. I'm not going to talk about my experiences with that, but that's what shocks me the most. I think shock's the right word. That's what saddens me the most. Is that you kind of, and when you're in the middle of the heated debate, you let it define you. So I think for a number of months in the UK, you were defined on whether you voted to leave or whether you voted to remain. And I just think that's sad. I personally, not as in like a pathetic sad, as like a actual like sadness sad. I just think that's a bit sad, really. I don't know. Yeah, I especially coming from you, Tudor, who lives in Romania, I understand, that you'd have, worries about people that you might know that moved here, for work. So yeah, it's sad, I don't know. It just saddens me. It really does. You know, we could lose so many people that are so integral to this country work and how it does. Yeah, that's it really. I don't want to talk about it too much because you know, people might think I'm talking out of bollocks, and you know, they might have opposite opinions. But yeah, overall, Tudor, I think it's sad. I do think it's sad. But what's done is done. What's done is done. And it's funny because here in the UK, it's literally all we heard about on the news, you know, for months. Literally for months, it's all we heard about was Brexit and, you know, how it was going to be done, how we were going to talk with the EU. And then Corona's come along and it's the new Brexit. You know, you go on the news and obviously it's a much more, you know, life-threatening, health-damaging thing, of course. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. The news, I mean, might strike some opinions. I try and be as ignorant as possible. And what I mean by that is I have the BBC app, which is our news station here in the UK. I have the BBC app and I check it every morning when I wake up. I want to know what's happening in the world, but at the same time, for me not to get, I mean, depressed is a strong word, but for me not to be like depressed about the news and what's happening in the world, I tend to also at the same time want to kind of be ignorant to it. Is that really bad? I don't know. But so yeah, I kind of have this interesting thing where I try and be ignorant to seeing negative stuff every day, but I want to know what's going on. I might be talking utter crap there, trying to explain what I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I think the media as well, you know, the media don't help themselves. They do scaremonger, and you know, things like the coronavirus, it's just going to make them do it even more, which is sad. Again, it's sad, you know, and unfortunately, you know, some people are going to listen to it. So I think that's really important, you know, is that everyone doesn't just believe what they see on Facebook or, you know, in some newspapers. That, you know, they try and go and find out for themselves about really important issues of, you know, of their time, especially things like coronavirus. You know, I think it's really important to go out and find out for yourself what's going on. But that's my opinion. This is going well. So we're getting oats, and basically I want to do a cereal crop. So I believe the cereal crops in the game are oats, wheat and barley. And the great thing about these is that you can bale the straw swath after you've harvested them, and then we'll get more money by selling those bales. So that's what we're going to do. So let's line up here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ridge marker out for the right hand side. So if I go forward a tad, something like that, click it twice, and see that ridge marker's come out on the right hand side. Now when I lower and turn this on, it's going to create a line. And what that does is I can basically go in a dead straight line now. I'm going to miss a bit on the left, which I'll come back and get later. But it means that when we next go down the field, we can follow that line. If it's, hopefully I've not gone too diagonal, which I might have. But I can follow that line and we can actually see it from inside the cab, which is going to be great. So now I'm getting to the end. I'm going to press Z again to make that go up. Then once we get to the end, we can V and B on the keyboard to raise and turn off the sower. Then we can turn around, get lined up, and then look, I can follow that down the field to make sure that we're overlapping and not missing any bits. So now let's get that ridge maker back out on the left hand side. Oh, hello, Tudor's saying something. There's a news programme, Marine TV, that told many lies. Yeah, that's not good. Oh wow, yeah. So he basically called them out, didn't he? Yeah. They're obviously not fact checking their stuff, are they? It reminds me of I don't know if you guys ever watched Game of Thrones, but I mean, if you don't, this is going to sound like utter waffle. In Game of Thrones, and what Tyrion does with Varys and Littlefinger. Oh, and Pycelle, isn't it? Because Pycelle tells Cersei. It's quite an interesting way of like seeing who you can trust. Tell like, you know, different people different stories and seeing what story goes back to the person who they're telling it to. Yeah, it's interesting. Right, let's turn around. But yeah, very interesting. So I've been working from home now for a while. So I've been working from home since March. Wow guys, I'm getting quite bored of this room that I'm sat in. And I think that actually kind of contributed to why I wasn't streaming, because, you know, I sit here all day working and I didn't really feel like, you know, spending so many hours in the evening sat here as well streaming. But the good thing about that is that I get to sit here talking to you guys. So I hope to stream more in the future. I really do, because I do really enjoy it. So I really hope that, you know, and I'm planning for this not to be a one-time thing. I'm planning for this to you know, keep going and yeah, see a variety of games, I hope. So let's get lined up again. That looks good. And I'd like to get some animals here at some point. I'm not sure what I'll start with, because what is this farm? I think this farm is pigs, isn't it? Yeah, this farm's pigs. And then auto save, come on. So then we've got sheep over here. What's that? Animal dealer. Okay. Then the shop. And then horses. Where's cows? Oh, cows are up there. Okay. What we do when I reach 1,000 subscribers? That's a good question. What am I on? I'm on, my computer's telling me 939. So what's that? 61 subscribers away. I'm not sure, Tudor. I was thinking about doing a I was going to say a scary number then, like a 6-hour Project Hospital stream, because I'll say that's probably like my main game on my YouTube channel is Project Hospital. So yeah, I was thinking maybe something like that, or, you know, like a 6-hour stream playing a few different games, like a bit of Project Hospital, a bit of Prison Architect, something else maybe, and then yeah, doing like a, you know, like a long stream was my idea. Maybe some giveaways. I could give away you know, some game keys for the games that I play on my channels. That was my idea. Hopefully that's not too far away. You know, hopefully that's, I don't know. The way the channel's been growing, it feels like it's, oh, I don't know, a month away? Something like that. It kind of depends what happens with like the games that come out. You know, like when the DLC comes out for Project Hospital, I get lots of views then, you know, when I do like my first looks for the new DLCs. Obviously incredibly grateful for the guys at Oxymoron Games to give me the keys early. It is incredibly amazing. Yeah, I think so, Tudor. You know, like you know, just playing a variety of games really. You know, I've got a fairly large Steam library, so what we could do is we could, you know, say a game that we're going to start out with. And then I can, you know, let you guys know what I have on Steam, and obviously Origin as well. And I've got a few games on Origin, and so yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then people can vote maybe on what they want to see go next, or we could start a multiplayer game of, like Farming Simulator has multiplayer, a few games have multiplayer. I'm sure we'll find something that is entertaining. Well, I hope so anyway, I hope so. So it's going well here, guys, getting our oats into our field. So this is not going to take that long at all, actually. So what I should do, I'll leave it on real-time speed. So hopefully you can see there beneath the clock, it says 1. So that means it's on real-time speed. So what we'll do is we'll finish this, and then I think I might look at maybe getting some animals. if we have the money, which we don't know, might not, but we can see how that goes. Been streaming for an hour. Okay, I am going to need to take my jumper off in a minute. I always do that. I always start a stream or a video with a jumper on, and then it's weird, like just talking to yourself and waffling makes me very hot and a bit sweaty. So I'll pause in a second. I'll just quickly take it off. But I hope you guys are okay. What are you? So Tudor, what are you playing at the minute? Are you in like a City Skylines phase at the moment? Let me know what you're playing. Anyone, that is, not just Tudor. And are you phasey like me? Do you like play one game for a long time and then you kind of leave it for a while? Or am I just the only one that does that? The only weirdo? Bam, 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 bam. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this here. I will literally be 2 seconds. I'm just going to quickly take my jumper off and I'll be back. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. You might hear my cat scream as well. Every time I get up, she likes to then think it's food time, and she needs to go on a diet because she's fat. Very fat. The vet actually told me off. Oh, Thomas, I'm glad it's not just me. I do annoy myself with it though, because like I want to have that game. You know, like when you see people, what kind of games? Like, I don't know. Games like Skyrim was one, and I love Skyrim. I loved playing it. I actually have that on Steam as well. I love playing it. But some people, like, they're so good at finding that one game that they just love, and they can never get bored of it. And I kind of wish I had one. I think Project Hospital is that one for me actually. It's a game that I just don't get bored. So I wish I kind of had a few more games like that really, but I'm glad it's not just me. Right, I've missed a couple of bits where the ridge marker's gone in, but that's fine. I can get those. That shouldn't be a problem. Tudor's back. Tudor, I was asking what games you're playing at the moment. Or are you still in your City Skylines phase? City Skylines, we must be close to a new DLC coming out for City Skylines actually. That can't be far away. It feels like Sunset Harbour came out ages ago. I'm not sure what they would bring out. I know there's rumours of them making just not bothering with more DLCs, and you know, are they just going to then transition to City Skylines 2? But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if they do that, it'll just become like what The Sims do. And The Sims, you know, like they make the base game, then they just bring out the same expansion packs. You know, they just bring out a university expansion pack, they will bring out a pets expansion pack. And I'm not saying, you know, that's bad, because, you know, I mean, obviously it works for them. It's one of the best selling games of all time. But I don't know, it's a bit strange. City Skylines, Tropico 6, oh cool. Yeah, I'm the same, Tudor. Some days I'm like, do you know what? I've got no interest in playing anything today. I just want to watch other people play. It's very strange. And my mum and dad, they cannot get their heads around it. They just cannot get their heads around watching people play games. But I think in our generation, it's a massive thing, you know. Like, you know, you see people like, you know, like the big UK YouTubers, you know, like KSI, the other guys from the Sidemen. You know, like most of them start, well, actually I think all of them started off at some point playing games on YouTube. And you know, now, you know, they have millions of subscribers. It's crazy. And my mum and dad, they just can't get their heads around it, bless them. And movies on Netflix. Yeah, do you know, yeah, I'm personally more of a book person than TV and movies. I've got onto the stage, and again, it might just be me, but I don't trust movies. I don't trust them, guys. And like, if I'm on Netflix, I can spend hours picking a movie, and it's like I'm petrified of picking something that I'm going to watch for 2 hours and hate at the end. So I tend to just watch films I've already watched, and again, I annoy myself with it. But yeah, what's your favourite, Tudor? What's your favourite film? I know it's an age-old question. Star Trek. Oh, I love the... I'd never watched the series. I did watch the... what's it called? The one on Netflix. Is it Star Trek Discovery? I really liked that. Blew my mind when I found out that Lucius Malfoy was in it. I didn't know Jason Isaacs was in Star Trek Discovery, but that was awesome. I really enjoyed that, and I really, really like the films, the Star Trek, you know, like the new films. They're really good. The Next Generation, okay. What captain is that, Tudor? I kind of know a few of the... I know like Jean-Luc Picard, is that Next Gen? If it's not, feel free to bully me if I've just butchered the whole thing. Picard, okay, yeah. Oh, that's the same one, isn't it? Yeah, so I was right. Wait, was I right? I think I was. Star Trek Voyager, okay. What's newer? Tudor and Thomas, is the Next Generation newer? I tried to watch some of the older series, but it's okay. It's definitely not bad. I feel like if I had, you know, like if it was raining outside, because I think they are all on Netflix, aren't they? I would actually quite like to do that. Spend like all day trying to get through as much Star Trek as possible. But I do really enjoy it. Star Trek Discovery was one of my favourite series on Netflix. Voyager's more recent. Ah, okay. I suppose, I don't know. I suppose I can kind of see that Star Wars kind of appeals more to like the younger generation, which I'm not saying is a good thing, by the way. You know, I'm just saying it's a. You know, I was just trying to think to myself. I wonder why I never really watched Star Trek, but like as a kid, and I watched Star Wars more. But I guess it's that Star Wars appeals more to the like younger generation, I suppose. Yeah, I knew the Discovery was the newer series. I really enjoyed that personally. I don't know if it's different if you're a hardcore Star Trek fan. You know, like, is it the kind of thing where like you know you love the old Star Wars movies, but you hate the new Star Wars movies? Is that the same thing with Star Trek? Did you guys love Star Trek, but just not very fussed by Discovery? Star Wars, an American propaganda movie. Do you know what, Tudor? I see your point. I enjoy them, but I do see your point. I think Tudor is just the Romanian equivalent of Thomas. Both love Star Trek, Both hate Star Wars. Ah, okay. It felt. I imagine, Thomas, if you're a die-hard Star Trek fan, I imagine it felt to you guys like a more, what's the word? Like it was trying to be more available to the masses. Discovery feels like they were trying to make people watch Star Trek for the first time, if that makes sense. And like if you didn't like Star Trek before, you would then, oh, I haven't lifted up my sewer. You would like it, you'd like Discovery, if that makes sense. Like they're trying to appeal more to like the younger generation, or just people who haven't watched Star Trek before. I don't know. I knew that something was wrong. Right, let's lift that up. I think I need to just turn it on because it's lowered. Right, let's try that again. But I find it so interesting hearing about like what people like, and it's something that I think as I've got older, I have, in some respects, I've gotten much better at being more open to stuff. So, like as an example, right? I always hated the idea of Doctor Who. I could just not get my head around it, right? I just couldn't watch it. And then one day, I actually put it on the TV, and I was like, what am I doing? Why have I not loved this forever? And now I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. It's more. Thank you. Yeah, you've put it perfectly, Thomas. Thank you. It's more. It feels a lot more accessible. And that's exactly what I was trying to say, but not succeeding at saying. Okay, that's interesting. So like they tried to. So I wonder if the younger generation didn't watch Star Wars because of that. You know, was it like a bit too science fiction-y? And then they've made the new one. The new one feels like a more, you know, like I'm rambling. I'm trying to get my words out because what's going on in my head is different. You know, like how you watch any film, and I think a really good example of this, right, is Deadpool. I absolutely adore Deadpool. Please don't hate on it, Thomas or Tudor. I hope it's not your American propaganda movie. But Deadpool, even though it's completely different to any other superhero film or any other like standard American action film, it's got the same plot line really. Like it all follows like a really simple plot line, you know, something happens, blah 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 blah, and it feels like Star Trek Discovery was following a much more like American blockbuster film, blockbuster series plot format. I personally really enjoyed it, but it felt like I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but it felt like a really obvious, like really planned out plot, which I feel like every kind of American film feels like at the moment. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Again, like both Thomas and Tudor, you both just described what ramblings are going on inside my head. It just feels a lot more like American. We've got this plot line, we're going to stick to it, whereas like the older episodes felt a lot more like random, but like good. Like I don't like. I mean it in a good way, like a good random. And like I said, it felt a lot more episodic. The new Discovery series to me felt a lot more actiony. But yeah, I mean you might just completely disagree with me, and I haven't seen a lot of the old series, so. Wait. Did that? Did that do anything? No. Did I? Ah, this is the problem. I click random buttons and then I forget what buttons I've pressed. Let's spin around. And I'll try and do that bit again. Right, so let's lower it. Why turn off? Okay, right, so this should work now. There we go. Gene Roddenberry tried to imagine how people with other species would behave in the future. Yeah. I do enjoy sci-fi, I do enjoy it. Book-wise, I'm a lot more fantasy compared to sci-fi, but I prefer a sci-fi movie or series to a book. But again, I need to try more. But I'm like it with books as well, guys. It's kind of the same thing with books. Like I kind of find like my genre, my little niche, and then I just stick to it. And again, I kind of need to like force myself out of that comfort zone. And there's some really good ways to do that. Like I don't know if any of you ever use Goodreads. It's like a book social media, and they do like some really interesting like random book clubs, which is quite cool. DC is in the superhero DC movies. I love Deadpool for the comedy. I personally don't enjoy most of the superhero films. I loved the Batman films, and I don't mind Spider-Man, but I tried to watch Avengers and I just couldn't. I just didn't find it interesting personally. So is that science books, Tudor, or science fiction? Because I think I prefer science books compared to fiction. Yeah, I tend to again stay within genetics, which is like my speciality within science. So I tend to read genetics books, and again, like if you find a good non-fiction book, again it's just crazy, you know. I just can't put it down. Book of Life. Okay, I'm going to check that out, Tudor. I haven't read non-fiction in so long. Like I've literally just read fiction for so long. I can't remember. Like, I honestly think it's probably been years since I've read a non-fiction book. Probably since uni, actually. Yeah, so probably about 4 years. And I tend to... Do you know what I hate the most about myself, guys? If I had a lamp and a genie inside the lamp, I would wish for myself not to love Harry Potter as much as I do. That's what I'd wish for. I honestly think I love it too much, and it annoys me. Because the other day, I finished reading The Deathly Hallows, and I was inches away to picking up The Philosopher's Stone, the first book, again. How sad is that? I hate myself for it. But I'm just utterly obsessed with it. Tudor, we're going to fall out, Tudor. I wish I was you. Again though, I completely understand why people don't like it. I think the only reason I love it as much as I do is because I grew up with it. You know, I was that generation where we had the books coming out every year, we had the films coming out every year. And if you were a kid in school and you didn't like Harry Potter, you were just like, you were the outcast. That's all people would talk about. which worked well for me. But yeah, this is another thing, right? Isn't it? Again, I think people go a bit too crazy. Like the fact that you said I hate Harry Potter, like it literally just doesn't bother me, right? Because everyone likes different things, and I'd say that's what annoys me the most about kind of like fan groups. They just go mental. Like if you went on some of the fan groups and said I hate Harry Potter, like you'd probably have black helicopters swarming in your garden a few hours after. Don't know. I don't know. I think we should just let people like what they want to like. And I think that's the easiest way for everyone just to get along. It's just let people do what they want to do. So we've got a little bit around the outside. Okay. Tudor, in my school, if you don't have a TikTok account, you're considered antisocial. Tudor, that hit the mood. That did. That is fact of today. That's my fact of the day. What is this thing with TikTok? Like, I don't get it. Like, I have it, right? I have it, and I go on it. And some TikToks are great, right? You know, it could be someone making something. It could be someone doing something really funny, and I love it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. So you can just like flick through a hashtag, and it's just people doing really cool stuff. And then some of it, oh no, some of it is just, I honestly don't know what words to use. Like, wow, it's just, yeah. I love the creative comedy side of TikTok. I absolutely detest the vain side, you know, the boys with their tops off trying to look cool, the girls doing, you know, pretty much the same thing. I can't stand it. I can't believe people watch it. You know, I just find it so surprising that people actually I just can't quite get my head around that people actually watch it. Anyway, so that is the field completely cultivated and completely seeded. So we will need to use this tractor. Oh no. I need a tractor with crop tyres, and I forgot to do that. Let's try and do that now. Let's speed up the time a tad. You don't have an account, just don't do it. I know you won't anyway. I think you've confirmed to yourself that you don't want one, but just don't do it, because it is like quite addictive. It's like one of those things where like you kind of hate yourself. Wait, what do you want me to do? That? How do I? Oh god! I thought I just had to click Z. Do I need to hold it down? I can't take the bloody sprayer off now. I'm definitely being an idiot, but I don't know. I thought you normally just click Z and that takes the PTO shaft out. Hold it down. Oh, there you go. So that must be out. There you go. I got it in the end. Yeah, don't care about it, Tudor. Do you know what? Again, it's funny, right? Because, I mean, obviously, you're still in school, so it's... People... When you're at school, you think there are... I think you're one of these people that does not think this way, which is good. But some people think that if you're popular at school, you're going to be popular for the rest of your life. And it does not work like that. I've clipped the tractor. I've clipped the combine. I'm crashing into everything now. So yeah, honestly, Tudor, just like the advice that I would give anyone that's in school now, and you're just doing it anyway, I think, Tudor, exactly by what you've just said, is popularity does not last. Like, it is crazy, and most of the time you don't really realise until you're out of school, but it's irrelevant. You know, good grades, yeah, is important. Just friends, you know, just like just your friends are so much more important to you than trying to be someone you're not at the end of the day. Right, so I need to try and get crop tyres. I was going to use this tractor, but because I'm such a genius, I've picked a tractor that doesn't allow for crop tyres. Hello Tebow, how are you doing? Can I play with you? Right, so we were talking about this earlier. If enough people want to play this game together, then we can absolutely start a server. Absolutely start a server. Just going to turn my light on, it's getting dark. We can do that. And multiplayer Farming Sim is so fun. Like, if you don't have knob heads on it that are just going to ruin it, I'm not saying that's you, by the way, but if you have a good bunch of people, it's such a fun game to do multiplayer with. So the question is, do I sell this tractor or do I try and put crop ties on this bad boy? If I just turn my flashlight on, I have. So, Tudor, if you have the money, buy the game. And then if you're interested, and some more people like yourself, Tebow, let me know. And it takes quite a while to set a server up. When I've had experiences in the past, it's quite hard to set a server up, but I'm more than happy to spend a bit of time trying to do it, okay? And then we can create a multiplayer server where we can have the 75% rad farm. And then we can all work together. Absolutely not a problem. I'd love to do that. So thank you Tebow for even suggesting it, because absolutely. So give me a bit of time, guys, and I'll go and have a look at what I need to do to get it all set up, and I'll let you know. I think it is on G2A, Tudor. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think I've seen it on G2A lately. Right, let's see if we can customize this bad boy. We'll brand, we'll set up wide, standard. Oh no. Right, okay. So how much is this track? I don't know what to do now. Because I mean, the only other thing I could do is turn crop destruction off. But I do like playing with it on. Right, let's go and have a look at the shop. Right, small tractors. I need a small tractor that can handle, I mean, the sprayer is going to be little to no horsepower. It doesn't even say it. Yeah, okay. So I need any small tractor which I can get crop tyres for. And how much are my tractors worth? 37,000. That is a lot of money for a pretty crappy tractor, actually. Right, so we're gonna sell the Ursus. Right, so now we're balling. We've got £47,000 now. So now we need to find a tractor that can have crop tyres. I do like the Universal. It looks like this is a tractor where we can't have crop tyres. There's a new DLC for 112 Operator. Cool. It's a game that I actually haven't played it since streaming it. I just haven't gotten around to playing it again yet. I did enjoy it though. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it, I think. I enjoyed it. Front agricultural tyres. There's not many tractors here that have crop tyre configurations. Wide tyres, wheel weight standard, no. Zeta, silencer filter. I don't really care about that one. Wide tyres, wheel weight standard, no. Oh, I could be here all day, guys. Let's try this bad boy. Narrow tyres, here we go. So we could go for this. So this is 37,000, so it would be pretty much just a direct swap between our old tractor and this one. So I need to remember that, XX40, guys, remember it. Remember that, because I'll forget, XX40. And that's too expensive. We could go for that one. We'll set up narrow tyres, and that's £1,000 cheaper, and it's got more horsepower. And it's Massey Ferguson, which is probably my favourite brand of tractor. Tough. I do like the Fiat, and it's a cheap tractor with a high horsepower actually, and it can have narrow tyres. I think I'm going to go with the Massey Ferguson. Narrow tyres. Yeah. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. Right, now let's tab over to the store. Here we go. It's an interesting looking tractor with the narrow tyres. What's it like inside the cab? Fairly basic, fairly simple, but that's not too bad at all. Okay, so this is going to be our sprayer tractor, and we'll probably also use this just like around the farm for doing like things with the animals and stuff. So whilst we're here, let me go and visit the animal dealer. How much are pigs? Cow animal pens. So pig farm, £945. Okay. And what would I need? I'd need some way of giving them water. But I could just buy pig food, couldn't I? But then what are they going to give me in return? Why do you buy so many trucks? As in tractors? I've not got that many. I've only got, well, I do have quite a lot actually. I probably don't need that Deutz. But I don't know. I just think it's nice having a range of tractors which you can use for different jobs really. So I tend to have a bit of a range of a few. So I need a water bowser, which is in here. Where is it? Animals. So I'll probably use the IBCs, which is £1,950, and then I'd pretty much then just need pig food, which you can buy the big bags of. So the big bag pig food is £1,000. So assuming that's not too bad actually, so we could get pigs. We could get some pigs. But I can't, can I? Because I haven't bought the land. So I'd need to buy this land, which I'm okay with doing. It would come with field 87, which is the field behind us. So we could cut the grass in there. And it does also come with field 78, which we'd probably not... it's a big field. Using my size equipment, I think would take quite a while in there. But that would allow us to get some pigs, because I assume if I go to the animal dealer, visit, if I try and buy a pig, I imagine it will say that I can't because I don't own the land. So the Gloucestershire old spots aren't... Oh, they're actually a lot cheaper than what I thought. Slower growing. Good for meat. Okay, so the Berkshires are probably the best. Fast growing, and they require a moderate amount of capital to purchase. So let's go and let's get 3. Oh, no, we don't. No. We need some females in here. So we're going to do pig farm, and then how do I get? Oh, so only some are females. So we could do like 1 male and then 1 female. I think would work out about right. Tudor, played a few hours of Farming Sim 17 yet. It's another one of those weird games where you shouldn't really love it so much, but there's something about it that is just so good. So if I were to confirm, okay, that has worked. So if I go out here, piggies! We've got pigs. Okay, so that's all worked, but are these gonna... I don't know if these will shout at me for not having bought the land. Well, we can try it, can't we, guys? We can try it, because somewhere I should be able to open up the animal dialogue. Over here, here we go, open animal dialogue. Okay, so I might be able to actually do this. So let's go back over to the shop, and actually what I'll do is if we, I'm just gonna, I know it's not realistic, but I'm just gonna take this fertilizer off the truck. So let's move that over there, and then I'll drive the truck over to the shop so we can pick up some pig food. Right, let's spin around. I'll try not to crash into the fence, which I have managed to do. I promise I can drive, guys, I promise. Right, there we go. And if we back up, should be able to back up down there. Hey, here we go. Right, so let's have a little drive to the shop. I hope you can't tell too much when my desk jitters when I'm using the steering wheel. It's unfortunately something that I just can't help. Right, let's go onto the right side of the road. With the flesh, so I believe what you can do, Tudor, is basically what happens, right, is that we have the pigs and we get their manure. So a bit filthy, but will we use the slurry, manure? Yeah, sure, manure, slurry, either which, we'll use the slurry from them to fertilise our fields, so we get free slurry, so free fertiliser, and then what you can do is you can sell them to the animal market as meat. I believe that's how it works. I don't think I've ever got pigs, so that's basically it. So yeah, we basically get like the free fertilizer, and we also get to sell them as meat once they've grown a little bit, and obviously they also reproduce. So once they reproduce, we obviously get more pigs, and then we've got more opportunities to sell that meat and to get more fertilizer. I believe is the essence. I've got traffic on. I don't know where all the cars are. It's quite a quiet day. So we can come down here, we can pick up the pig food, and then we can use follow. So there's a mod called follow me, and follow me, there's some traffic up ahead now. Follow me allows you to have a contractor, a paid contractor, that follows you from behind, so you can take things back to the shop if you need to and stuff like that. Right, let's overtake these slowpokes. Oh my god, I'm going to die. There we go. I survived. I just about survived. This truck is speedy. Alright, so the shop's down here on the left, and then here on the left. The brakes are a bit too good on this truck. Right, and then it's a right here into the shop. Right, so let's park up. Yeah, here should be absolutely fine. Right, so we need to buy a water bowser and pig food. Steering wheel. So Tudor, I have a, it's called the Logitech Heavy Bundle, I think it's called. So it's basically a steering wheel made for Farming Simulator. The steering wheel is okay, it's not great. Like a G920 is a much better steering wheel. I don't regret my decision, but I didn't have too much money. Like I didn't have a massive budget for a new steering wheel. It's good, and it comes with a side panel, which is really cool as well. It basically comes with a side panel that you can set all of your buttons to, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to buy the homemade IBC. And we still have like £7,000 left, which is pretty good. So we're going to jump into the forklift. Right. Where did the pig food... Oh, the pig food's one over there, okay. So we can spin this round and pick up this pig food. I tend to find it easier to go out of cab view, just to line up, make sure everything's good. So let's pick up the pig food, and then we'll place this onto our truck. Now we might want to think about getting a weight for the Massey Ferguson as well whilst we're here. So I'll try and put this in the middle of the truck so the weight's distributed properly, and then I can just leave the forklift here. They're very good, these people here at the shop. They let you use their fork. Oh my god, I was in a parallel world level when humans could go inside walls. Right, so that's that all done. Let's get the belts on and we'll fold up the truck so it doesn't fall out. And then I'm just going to purchase a front weight, I think, for the tractor. Weights. What's the cheapest one? £120. Can that go on the front? I don't know if we'll be able to put that on the front of here or not, because it hasn't got a front hitch. No, I don't think that's going to work. So garage, let's sell that one. Sell. And then we should be able to, oh no, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. We should be able to buy, £1,000. This is £600. So let's try this one. Hopefully this one works. Where is it? Here we go. So that should be able to fit on there. I say should. I am doing it right, aren't I? Unless it doesn't have the it might not have the hitch for a front weight. That might be it, mightn't it? Let's not bother. We'll try and get away without a weight. It should be fine. I attached this from the other way, so I will need to spin the IBC around when I get out. Right, and if we'll get out, then we've basically got a mod installed that lets you lift anything. It's a bit of a lifesaver for me. I tend to get in these pickles where if I don't have it, everything just becomes impossible. Are you going to be really horrible and not want to connect to that either? There we go, it does connect, it does connect. I was worried then for a second. Right, so that's that. So I'm going to drive the Massey Ferguson back because it's the slower tractor. Well, it's a slower vehicle. And then we can have the truck coming up behind us. So let's just spin this around. Turn around. Here we go. And we can set this to follow that tractor in front. There we go. So we've set the leader. Now I can jump in here. You can see there's now a person in there. Hello. So now we can set off back towards our farm. I'll put on the beacons. So you can see here the beacons are now on. So we're not going to, risk anyone not seeing us coming. Right. Is it free? It is. Let's go. Oh, look, already helper F is blocked by an object. Oh my god, I'm in the hedge. Right, let's go and sort them out. Great. That's just great, that is. Never trust anyone to do your job, guys. What do I think about SpaceX? Tudor is on fire with the questions tonight. I'm loving this, Tudor. You're coming up with some great questions. So, I'm going to be honest. I don't know too much about SpaceX at all, really. So I'm not the best person in the world, and I don't know much about them. I don't know how I feel about Elon Musk. I will say that. I'm not sure how I feel about him. Sometimes, like this new thing, like one of that company that he owns, where they're like making those things that go in your ear or your brain and stuff to play music. Like, sometimes I think Elon is the type of engineer, scientist, whatever you want to call him, that I feel like he's doing things for money and for pure like scientific curiosity, which is great. But I think sometimes you have to draw a line somewhere, and you have to say, right, am I now doing X, Y, Z because I want the money from it and because I want the fame from being the first person to do it? Or are you doing X, Y, Z because you think it's truly going to benefit humanity? And it's something that you can kind of have a look at any of his companies. So Tesla, the same thing, right? A Tesla car is an awesome piece of engineering, guys. I'm not saying it's not, but like, did he do Tesla? Is he doing SpaceX because he just wants to be the first person to do it? That's how I personally feel like it's going. I feel like he's doing it because he just wants his name down as the first person to do it. I know, and the money is $2 billion a year. Oh my god. How did he start out? How did he because surely you have to start out with some amount of capital, don't you? So then, go on to make money to then pump more capital into these companies. $1 billion a year, Jesus. That is absolutely mental. They're really cool. These ideas are awesome. A self-driving car is such a cool idea. It's a bit pessimistic, I think, but I worry that humans always take it one step too far with stuff, and I just don't want these things to be taken out of context and used for bad. I don't know how realistic that is, but I guess I just worry, like this whole earpiece thing that plays music from you, telling your brain to play music. I just worry that, where's that going to end? And unfortunately, you're always going to get people that will manipulate technology for their gain. But we'll see. Right, so we're back at the farm. So we'll park here and we'll just jump out and we'll stop the worker driving down in the truck. So let's stop that. Right, and brake before it crashes into my tractor. So I bought, I'll have a walk over and I'll show you, a water stand. I think this is water as well, but I did buy a standpipe as well. So we've got a couple of sources of water. So let's fill up our IBC and then we can give the pigs some water and we'll feed them, and then I'll probably start thinking about ending the stream-ish. It's been a long day. I haven't had the best day in the world either, guys, so need a bit of time today to relax and chill out. Hasn't been the best of days. So right, we need to figure out what trough is water and what one's food. Hello piggies, I'm coming in. Right, so let's go. Right, let's try and fit through here. Right, okie dokie. So that looks more like a food trough to me. Oh no, it is water. So that's really interesting. So you haven't got to own land for you to have animals. That's really interesting. Hello cat, how are you doing? The cat's screaming at me like normal. So that's great because that means that we have water here. And now if we go into the menu, I assume it's still going to tell us all about our animals. Contracts, finances, prices. Where's my animal screen? Am I... Wait, what? Am I going mad? Or is this what it's going to do? Is it not going to show me the animal screen? Ah, here we go. It's in the seasons menu. It's in the seasons menu, guys. I got it. So cleanliness is fine. Water's okay. Straw. I didn't think about straw. I mean, we'll get more straw when we harvest our crop. We'll be able to get some straw from that. So what we'll do in the meantime is we will buy a bale. I've got to go all the way back to the bloody shop because they will only, I think they only produce manure and slurry if they have straw. So we will have to go back to the shop to get some straw. That's okay. I think straw is really expensive to buy as well, actually. Oh dear. Joe Page, how are you doing? I hope you're okay, my friend. Not a problem at all. Thank you for dropping in. I hope you're okay. $6.50. Wow, it's quite expensive. Okay, that's fine. Right, so that's our water done. So if we now... If I go and grab the truck and I'm going to park... if I spin around and try not to get to fall off, I'm going to come here because I think that's where the food goes there, look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. And let's see if we can just drop this. Yeah, here we go, look. Lovely jubbly. Oh my god, it's taken a lot. It's taken all of it. Bloody hell, okay. Right, I'm just going to park this up just so it's not sitting here chilling in the middle of the farm. That's not going to go well. So let's reverse this. And I'll actually park this in my little house here, look. So let's just pop that in there. Lovely, perfect. Right, so that's the pigs kind of done, really. Let's bring the tractor out. And we'll park this somewhere. And then we'll go and grab a straw bale. Let's pop this in here. There we go. Tudor, yesterday I participated, I said that very strange. I participated in making a story about COVID made by the police, and to film 3 seconds it took 2 hours of training. Wow, that's cool though, Tudor. That's a cool thing to do. Right, let's head back over to the shop. Oh, Kim Andre, thank you so much for letting me know. Shall I go and get straw anyway? We haven't been streaming for that long, have we? So let's go and get some straw as well. And then we'll get manure. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now that I've thought about it, Kim, that makes more sense. Because the slurry is like a liquid, isn't it? Which will I think that's collected in there, isn't it? And then obviously the straw, when you clean out your pigs and the straw, it has the manure in it. Right, so let's go and get that straw bale. God, I've got such a dry mouth tonight, guys. I'm sorry, I've got to keep drinking else I'll start sounding like a cackly witch. So I don't know what's happening yet this weekend, guys. I don't know if I'll be streaming again. I'm honestly not sure. But if you haven't, feel free to join the Discord, because I post in the Discord. Well, I post and ask you guys like what games you want to see being live streamed, and I let you know there in the first instance if I'm thinking about doing a live stream. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly post in the chat here. This should work. That should be the link there to Discord. If you're not already a member, feel free to join it. It's a really, really great bunch of people. Obviously I know that Tudor's in it. We have a laugh, we have fun. It's in an incredibly friendly group and a friendly bunch of people, especially Project Hospital. I'd say it's like heavily biased towards Project Hospital chat. So if you enjoy the game, or if you've just bought the game and you need some help, feel free to drop into the Discord. And we have some great people there. We've had people that have played the game for a long time. We actually also have a few modders of the game. So we have a few modders. We have James. We've got loads. We've got Momin in there, who's also a modder, and D, who's also a modder. So if you're interested in Project Hospital or any of the games that we play here on the channel, and if you want to know when we're going to be live streaming next, pop into the Discord and have a chat. Right, let's again just park this up here in the middle. I will unfold. Then we can buy a straw bale. Straw! Wheat, yeah, we don't need anything else, I don't think. Do you get more in a round bale? I think the round bale and square bale is the same. Yeah, 4,000 litres. It'll be easier to manoeuvre with a... it doesn't matter. Let's just get a square. And again, guys, I am going to cheat. Feel free to hate on me if you want to. Because I've got such big muscles, I'm just going to pick this up and place it onto the truck. There we go. We will strap it in, get the sides up, and then we'll get back to the farm. Yes, so guys, I will let me make a note. I'm going to make a note right now to have a look at creating a multiplayer server. So I'm not promising that I'll be done in a day or even a week, but I'll make a note of it. And yeah, I think you have to, what you can do basically is you can pay for a server to host you. So I've got one with my brother, actually. Me and my brother play Farming Simulator, and I think, I mean, he pays for it, I think he pays like £5 a month, £3 a month, £5 a month, it's something like that. And they host your server, because the only other way you can do it is you can host it on your own PC, but your PC, I believe, would always have to be on. So you can never shut it down, because obviously then it'd lose its connection with the internet. So you can pay for a basic server. So leave it with me. This is a good point. If you are interested in the multiplayer server, please do join the Discord. I'm not even just saying it. Please join the Discord, because it's the easiest way where we can talk about it. You know, talk about like what maps we want to do, what equipment, what mods we want to have, like as default mods to be able to use the map. So if you are interested, and I'll tweet out and put it on Facebook to see if anyone else is interested. We would need, for me to like warrant doing it and spend the time setting it up, I think we would need at least, you know, like at least myself and at least I would say 2 other people playing. You know, just to make it worthwhile. But I'm absolutely happy to do it, like absolutely. I think it would be pretty fun. So yeah, if you're interested, join the Discord. Let me know if you're interested. Chaos, my friend Chaos, how are you doing? We're just talking Chaos. I don't know. I think you have Farming Simulator Chaos, don't you? We're just talking about how cool it would be if we had a multiplayer server where we could all play Farming Simulator together. I mean, you'd probably just wreck the place knowing you, but oh, okay, sorry, I thought you had it. Well, if it's something that you're interested in, I think it's on sale at the moment on some of the websites where you can buy the keys. So if it was something you're interested in, you know, let me know. Right, so straw. Where is it going to want us to unload straw? I imagine it's probably like here. Would it come up with a marker maybe? I don't think it would. If I bring in the... in fact, we might... Oh, I could have cocked this up. We might need a straw shredder. Let's take all that off. And I'll use the telehandler more in the future, guys, but at the moment, for ease and just whilst we're learning what we need to do on the map, I'm just going to use the strong arm or strong muscles, whatever it is, mod. I think we might need a bale shredder. Let's see if this works. So I like place it or no. Okay. Let's try popping it at the food. Again, I don't know if this is going to work. No, I think we need a straw shredder. So let's place that over here. Right, so we need a shredder. Not a problem, Chaos. Take care, my friend. I hope you enjoy it when you watch it back, mate, tomorrow. Take care, Chaos. Animals. So we have... I don't know, this one's quite complicated, I think. I'm sure I've got one of these before and it requires something quite complicated. I can't remember what, guys. I can't remember what. I think I've got a modded one. 19,000. Jesus. Oh, mod. This machine takes straw bales and uses them to cover the ground of a pen with straw. Okay. So if we buy that, if I have to go over to shop once more, I'm actually going to cry. And let's take, I don't know. Let's take the Deutz. Right, guys, back over to the shop for the umpteenth time today. Let's just squidge through the gap. Oh, Christ. Yeah, so what I'm thinking actually, guys, is I'm thinking the games that like kind of come to mind straight away to live stream is this. I'd quite like to give Euro Truck a go. Euro Truck Simulator is a game that I play, you know, like in my spare time, you know, outside of YouTube and Twitch, which I really enjoy. And it's a game that I thought could be quite cool to do on stream. Again, you can do multiplayer, so if you guys do have Euro Truck, we could do a convoy to somewhere if you wanted to. And then, excuse me, another game that I would like to feature on the channel quite soon is Prison Architect. It's a game that I love. Like, I love it a lot. But it got to the point on YouTube where I was struggling to know how to fit Prison Architect into a series format. And I think it fits more towards a live stream. So again, I'd like to play some Prison Architect on stream with you guys. And build a prison. You can try and escape from a few prisons if you want to. Tudor has ETS2, awesome. So do you have the Truckers MP, Tudor, the multiplayer like software? It's a free software that's really easy to download. I don't know if you have it or not, but again, if you wanted to, more than happy to organise a convoy at some point. Not a problem at all. You think, oh, awesome, Tudor, you already have it, awesome. And do you use Pro Mods, Tudor? If you don't know, anyone else, if you don't know, Pro Mods is basically a massive map extension to Euro Truck Simulator. It basically lets you go pretty much anywhere in the world. Actually, it's pretty crazy that some people are that talented that they can like mod something like that. But when I tend to play Euro Truck multiplayer, I tend to use Pro Mods. But if you don't have it, I'm happy to do a convoy Yeah, that's fair enough. We can do a convoy from somewhere if you wanted to. That'd be good. And then, so I've streamed. What have I streamed before? Airport CEO's fun to stream. Scrap Mechanics, really fun to stream. That's a very interesting, cool game. Obviously, we've streamed Project Hospital. So, actually, I have a question for you. I've got a question for you guys. Oh, awesome. I think I've got most of the map extension DLCs, I think. I've got a question. When Project Hospital release a new DLC, would you guys prefer to see the first look video? Because I very gratefully, thank you to Oxymoron Games. I very thankfully managed to get the keys early on most times. Would you guys prefer to see me do a first look video on YouTube, or would you prefer to see me do a first look stream? Because I thought I tended to get an email with the key from Oxymoron Games, and I just wondered if you guys would like to see, if I oh my god, just chucked that across the yard. Would you guys like to see like an instant live stream instead of a video for when they release the new DLCs and stuff? Please fit this tractor. If it doesn't fit this tractor, I'm actually going to cry. Yay! Awesome, there we go, look. So that's all done. Turn on, tip side, lower. Oh, that's perfect. Now, am I going to need a bucket? I'm going to need something, aren't I? I'm going to need something to clean them with. A video probably would make more views, Tudor, but I'd rather you guys enjoy it more. So if you guys would prefer a live stream, I could do that. I could do both, actually. I could do the live stream but then cut it up into a video. I don't know. I'm just kind of like thinking out loud, really. I'm just kind of thinking about what's best. Now, you can buy, look, a broom, so I can clean them out with a broom. Let's buy a broom. And is that something that I need to pick up from the store? Or can I just get the chainsaw? It is something. So, will this fit into my straw shredder? Hopefully that's going to stay there. Now, another thing I've just thought of, I think this only takes round bales. God damn it. Can I sell that bale from the garage? AF fork? When did I buy that? Wait, what? I haven't even bought. Does that just come with the shredder? I can't see it. But I think we're going to need a round bale. I don't think it works with a square bale. That's annoying, but live and let learn. So this brush, I might have to come back and get the brush. No, can you come out of there, please? Thank you. No, come here. Let's leave the brush here. Oh my god, I'm just throwing stuff around. Let's leave the brush here and we can come and collect it at a later date if needs be. No, can you just fit in there nicely, please? I need to pick it up and get to land. There we go. Now I should be able to pick this up and then just pop it here in the shredder. I know it's that way round actually, isn't it? I apologise, it's that way round. There we go, lovely, lovely. So hopefully this can pull that. Should be fine. So it is starting to get into evening here in game. It's 5 in game currently. What's it in real life? 8 my time, okay? So we've been streaming for over 2 hours, that's great. I've had a blast. If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. I will love you forever and a day. There you go. How sweet's that, guys, eh? How sweet's that? I will love you forever and a day. There we go. So let's take this back to the farm, and then we'll probably end once we give the pigs some straw, I think. 10 o'clock in Romania. Wow. Good evening to you, Tudor. Thank you for clocking in. So I did stream. Is this a bit of a, I hope it's a better time for everyone. So when I used to stream from 8 o'clock, I think. And obviously tonight was 6 o'clock my time, so 2 hours earlier. I hope that time's okay. I'll probably miss a few more of you guys in the US. So 8 o'clock might still be better going forward. I should probably still check that this, but oh dear. DEFCON 5. DEFCON 5, guys. DEFCON 5. Oh dear, oh dear. I've completely lost the bale. Do you know what? When I play this game off stream, I'm okay at it. I don't ever have any issues whatsoever. Then I think, right, I'll stream it for my good friends, my good friends here on Twitch and YouTube, and I'm suddenly a noob and I can't play the game. I've lost my bloody bale. I've got to find it now. Right, guys, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled for my bale, because it could have rolled off bloody anywhere. Where's my bale? You wait, it's going to be right. It's going to be at the shop, isn't it? Shall I tab over to the forklift? Yeah, look. Oh my god. Alright, is it faster to pick it up from here? Let's run with the bale. I want a bale marathon, guys. A bale marathon. If I don't get run over. What an idiot. I don't know if there's any way to strap it in, just to make sure that it doesn't roll out. I'm going to walk on the verge here, just to make sure I don't get run over. What an idiot. It's never easy, guys. It's never bloody easy, honestly. And we'll run down and we'll pop it in the back of our tractor. I think it has like a claw or something. I think there is something you can do. Oh, sorry. Sorry, car behind. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I had to go get my bale. It dropped out of my tractor. Wait, he does not look happy with me, guys. He does not look happy with me. Just stay there, mate. I'm getting this in and I'll be out your way. Can I do anything? Lower front loader. Right, so I think I'm going to have to go like extra slow. Be extra careful when I'm turning. Oh my god. Alright, let's stay there so I can see what's going on. Let's put on my beacon so people can see that an absolute disaster is coming their way. Right. So it looks like there's nothing I can do to strap it in place or anything. So it doesn't have to be extra careful, especially on tight turns. How's the sound, by the way? Is the sound all okay? It took me a while to balance out the like my voice commentating, well, rambling's probably a better word, and music. So let me know if it's if the music, I think my voice is okay, but let me know if the music's too quiet or too loud. I've got a new mic set up at the moment, so I have a blue snowball. If anyone knows anything about mics, I've got a blue snowball, and it's on a stand. Oh, Tudor, that's awesome, thank you, mate, that's perfect. It comes on a stand, and the problem is because it comes on a stand, I had to have my screen up really high so that I could still see what I'm doing and have the microphone in front of me. So I've bought an arm, so I now have the mic on an arm with a pop filter. So I hope that no. Good. So I hope that I don't know. Does it sound a bit clearer? Because I've got a new pop filter. So the sound might be a bit clearer actually than normal. But it's really good because it means now that I can have my screen at my eye level, which makes it so much easier when you have things like steering wheels and things to kind of pop on your desk. And I have a pretty small desk as well, so I don't have much room. Oh, thanks, Judah. That's good. That's good. Right, no, stay in. Stay. No. Good. Right, hopefully we don't have to transport any more bales this far, because hopefully we just have this one bale, and then when we harvest our crop, our oats, we can actually then bale the straw swath that actually comes with that. Oh, come on, car. I haven't got all day. Right, so let's turn into our farm. No, stay. Oh, for God's sake. Do you know what? I'm actually just gonna walk this down because I don't want it to fall out whilst we try and get past this truck or anything. Oh, my pigs could have got out. I forgot to close my gate. Sorry, pigs. Right, let's just jump in the truck and we'll just park this up so we can get past with the tractor. Hopefully not crash into anything. He says as he crashes into something. Oh, that should be okay. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but there we go. So now we should be able to get into our tractor and come back down, and then we should be able to then oh, my lights need to go on. It's getting dark here. How do I F? There we go. So we should be able to now get our straw into our straw blower. Right, so let's just turn that corner. There we go. I just want to get that corner out of the way. Right, so where do we need to place our straw? So let's pop this in. Just need to get that to fit in. Oh, do you know what? I could be there. Oh, there we go. It's gone in there now. Did I watch Minefield? I've not seen Minefield, Tudor, no. So, turn on straw blower. Do I need to turn on the or connect the wires? I do. Right, so there we go. So it's on. Do I need to lower it? Why is it not? Or perhaps it will only tip side left. So can I tip it here? There we go. Start overloading. Perfect. So we've got it all sorted out now, guys. So I should be able to click I. There we go. And the straw's going into our lovely pigs. I don't know how. Oh yeah, that did not take a lot at all. Wow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the bale in the shed. That other straw bale, I kind of just need to. Oh, let's sort this out because this is an utter mess. Let's sort this out. So the telehandler is going to go back here. Straighten that up a tad. There we go. So that's the telehandler. Right, the Massey Ferguson can go maybe next to the baler. Like in there. Lovely. What on earth is this music? Let me just change the music because that's honestly scaring me a little bit. Right, and then this one I think I'll just pop in the corner. There we go. Okay, and then I can get out and detach this. Can you let me disconnect the hoses, please? Can I? How? Oh, why won't it let me? It won't let me detach the hoses. Or maybe it needs to be hired. Let's try that. Let's go to the other side. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Let's turn the lights on in here. On, no, on. Do you know what? I'm just going to get out the torch. Right, let's try this again. Why would it not disconnect? Is it because I've got the bail in there? Oh, have I actually... Oh my god, I just threw that as well. It'd be good if it'd land the other way. Yay! Is it because I actually haven't turned it off? Turn on. I don't know why the hoses aren't coming out. Oh, yeah, it's because we had the baler. And then this tractor can go in... I don't really know. I think this can just go in there, like that. And what we'll do is we'll just move that sprayer back a little bit. And this can go in. Awesome. Right guys, I'm going to leave this here for tonight. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm so happy to be back streaming. I really hope you enjoyed it. So happy to be back. I hope to be back more regularly now. I'll let you know when I'm streaming. I'll try and be a bit better with things like Twitter. I'm not great with Twitter, but I'll try and let you know as soon as I know that we are going to be streaming. I'm sorry, Jude, I'm sorry, I've got to go. I've still got things to do tonight before the weekend. I might stream on the weekend. I might, if I've got a bit of time Saturday or Sunday, I might come on for a few hours and we can play this, or we can play Prison Architect or something. Feel free to drop into the Discord and let me know what you'd like to see stream next. Guys, please take care of yourselves. I really hope you enjoyed the stream. Please subscribe and follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. Give the video a like. It should be up on YouTube to watch over fairly soon after the stream. But take care of yourself, guys, and I will see you later.